brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look, open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies.
Hey y'all, hey, what's up? It's your girl Shay Baby. Welcome back to another episode here at the Brown Book Series. It's Wednesday night, it's 7 o'clock. Y'all know what's up. Call your friends and let them know that Shay Baby and the Brown Book Series is on. And tonight, hunty, I had to get one of my good friends. It was like, come on through, Matthew. And talk to me and my crew. And he was like, whatever, however, what you need. Brown Book Series, please give a round of applause to M.A Wardell. He's the author of Steamy Queer Rom-Coms. Hey,
Yay, I'm so happy to be here. Also, I'm very jealous of your light because you are lit and I am not.
I'm lit in all the ways.
I need to get a good light because you got a light and it's lit.
Honey,
it's
let me tell
lit.
you know, honey, it might be shining a little too bright sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Shit, sometimes they like be on lit. I have to tune it down sometimes. You know what I mean?
No, it's good. I just feel like I need a little light. That's okay. It's okay.
I have enough for the both of us. You know I got you. I got you. Well, oh my God. So wait, look. Y'all know I can't see, honey. Let me put my glasses on to see who's in the chat. I gotta see who is this on chat, honey. Who's welcoming my good friend Matt up in here. Renata, hey girl, hey. Welcome. That's right. They tell you welcome. Welcome to the Brown Book Series. Hey Renata. Hey Miss Tate. Good evening, darling. Good evening. Loving it. Mama Tony, what's up? Evening. What is that on top of your thing up there? Is that a lightning bolt, girl? What you doing over there, Mama Tony? Y'all come on in. Y'all, you know how we do. Like, subscribe, and share. Call your friends. Let them know that we on, honey. We on. We are doing our thing. We have M.A Wardell, a.k.a. Matt. He's here. He's the author of Steamy Queer Rom-Coms. And baby, when I tell you, it's wonderful. Like, I love it. Like, everything about it. It's just absolutely lovable. So, Matt. So we'll get into the literary world in a little bit, okay? So outside of the literary world, tell us a little about you. What is it like in the life of author M.A. Wardell? It's like a mystery author.
I'm a mystery author.
No, it sounds like it. It's like Stephen King.
Okay, so I have this pen name because when I started my journey writing these books, I also work, like I have another job.
I got a real job.
I got a real job. Well, here's the thing, but my real job, it wouldn't be super cool to be writing this kind of book. So I was like, at first, I need a pen name. I'm never going to show my face. Nobody's going to know it's me. I'm going to be incognito because the books are spicy, right? So, I'm like, okay. And then my book came out, the first book came out, and it did really well to the point where I was kind of like, I don't care. Like, it made me not care as much. And I started getting invited places, to conferences and things like that. And I had to make a decision. I'm like, okay, well, if I go to a conference with, 1,500 people are going to see my face and they're going to take my picture. And so
and you're going to smile bright.
Well, I'm not going to have your kind of light, but I'm going to try. And so so then I just was like, screw it. I'm going to just do it. Some of that came with the success of my books. So, the more success I was getting, the less I cared uh, about my other job, which I still do a little bit, but writing has become
You're
probably 80 to 85% of my time. My work time is writing now. And then my other job, I was able to scale back as my writing did better.
right.
And so I don't do it as much. And yeah, so I do spend a good chunk of my days writing. And so what I've been able to do is make my schedule so that when I have downtime with my book, I can be doing my other work. So during the day, if I have like a meeting or something like that, I just plan like, oh, I need to be done by 2:00 because at 2:00 I
Right.
have a meeting. Or if I have to do more like traveling and that kind of a thing, I try to plan that. I'm able to plan that now around like, oh, my book's going to my editor, and I know I'm going to have 2 to 3 weeks where I'm waiting basically for my book to come back. That's a good time for me to do more of my other work. And I've told people, like other people that I work with, about these books. So it's kind of like, if you don't want me, let me know, and that's okay. But I'm not hiding. I'm not going to be in the closet. I did that long enough. I'm not going to be in the closet about about these books because,
Right.
the reality is I'm proud of them. And, um, and why not?
Listen, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, like you said, please, what they gonna do?
Right. I mean, I kind of looked at it like I'm giving people an out. Hello, I love this. People saying hi. That's so friendly.
You said
Um,
it's so friendly. Yes, they are so friendly. But don't get distracted. You know how you are,
I
man.
know.
So
I can
midnight,
do it.
you can do. I'm here with you. I got you. I got your light and I got your back. See, midnight Ace for Midnight Ace Book Bar. Hey y'all. Hey, listen, Matt. Midnight Ace is another influencer. You're gonna have to get on like her show. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's awesome. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love just being there. We're also hello everybody. Hello everybody. I'm here with my good friend, honey. My good friend M.A Wardell. He's the author of Steamy Queer Romance. And y'all know what's up. So we have the legend coming to the building. We have to stop what we're doing. Everybody give it up for New York Times, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, international award-winning legendary author, Miss Brenda Jackson. So hello, Miss Brenda Jackson. She's in here checking you out, Mr. Wardell, honey.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. And we're also live on Instagram. So hello to everyone who's over in the Instagram world. Hey Sean. Hey Miss Ira Bowling. She has joined us over another USA Today's bestseller award-winning trailblazer author, Miss Iris Bowling. She's over in the Instagram world. So thank you guys for joining in and hanging out with us tonight. You guys are absolutely awesome sons. JB. Wait, where's JB in the building? I seen JB name somewhere, honey. JB coming up in here, Miss JB. Mitzi, hey Mitzi, what's up, baby? That's right. The Brown Book series, the BBS crew is in the building. They're saying, welcome to you, Matt.
I know, I love it.
Welcome.
It's people. I feel like I got invited over for dinner or something.
You did. Hey y'all, hey. Miss Dear B Love. Hey y'all over there. Cheryl Lister. How you doing? Another award-winning author, Miss Cheryl Lister is in the building. Love it, love you guys. So hey, Matt, now you told us what you do. You told us you be at work and you didn't want to tell these people about your other job. And now you're like, I don't care. This is what I do. It is what it is. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty of everything. Tell us a little bit more about your whole goal. So from my understanding, you say, tell me if I'm wrong. My goal is to tell adult gay love stories with a diverse representation of flawed and damaged characters who find healing through love. What? tell us, elaborate a little bit about that before we get
Okay.
into all the shenanigans of,
Yes.
we're gonna,
Okay, so one of the reasons that I started writing these books is I was feeling a little frustrated with how do I say this? The lack of representation, especially in queer romance, but specifically I write like romantic comedies.
right.
And all the guys in the books, and listen, okay, I always have to say this. I have nothing against a hunk, right? Like I'm not opposed to I can't think of who's a hunk. Who do most people consider a hunk? Like,
Shamar
like
Moore is a hunk, honey. Have you seen him on SWAT? Woo!
I don't watch TV. I don't have time.
You need to get together, man. If we're gonna be friends, you can start watching, find out who these hunks are, honey. He's a hunk.
So I love hunks, right? Like, I shouldn't say I love hunks. Like, I have nothing against a hunk, but the like majority of the population does not look like that, right? And in queer romance and queer rom-coms, all the guys are white. They're all fit, like very fit. Like they look like they spend 6 days in the gym and they would never have a piece of cake or pasta. Like it's a look, right? And I get it because it's about a fantasy, and I get that. But I also think that there's a place for oh my gosh, someone's saying Shamar Moore. Yeah, I know who that is. He is a hunk. But like, okay, but here's the thing. Not everyone looks like that, right? Like he's like what do you call it? He's like a needle in a haystack, right? Like you're not gonna, right? And so I wanted to write books where the people who fall in love don't have to look like that, right? They're not all white. They're not all super fit. They're not all like necessarily super masculine, which is also a thing in queer romance. It's like, sometimes it's like they're just like straight dudes, but they just want to be with another dude, which not to say that that's not legit, but it's not the only thing, right?
So would that still be considered straight though? If you're straight, you want to be with another dude, like that, does that still?
Well, that's a big thing in some queer romance. It's like, when I say that they seem like they're straight, what I mean is that they're almost written like a straight man, but they, you know what I mean? Like hockey, right? Like that's what's hot right now. Hockey romance. Let me tell you, I'm a gay guy and I have a lot of gay friends and none of us play hockey. Okay. Nobody plays hockey, but somehow in these books, they all play hockey. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. So I was nervous at first. I was like, oh my gosh, no one's going to want to read my books where I've made these characters who are like, not the typical hunk, so to speak. And I was wrong. So I'm happy that I was wrong. Someone said Mitzi. I love that name, Mitzi. Anyway, I don't know Mitzi, but I love that name. Yes, actually, my second book, one of the main characters is not just, I wouldn't call it dad bod. He's plus size. He's a big boy. I call, what's that song? It's cuffing season. It's cuffing season. And you need a big boy. I got you a big boy. Okay. He's a big boy. And I wanted to write that. Like I wanted to write a character who was plus size and who was hot, like, and people love him and think that he's sexy, and he is. Like, you don't have to be, like, no offense to the hunks, Shamar, but you don't have to be like that, right? Like some people like some meat to grab onto.
Exactly. Listen, I'm telling you, every guy I've ever dated, even the one I'm married, I need a big boy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that was kind of my my goal when I started this journey of writing. And like the first book that I wrote, Teacher of the Year, the main character is a white guy, but he falls for a parent of a student in his class, and he is he's black. Well, the student's black, and so obviously her dad is too. And I was like, I want to write a black character, a black man who is like the best dad in the world. Like just loves his kids so much, and because I think that's hot. And also I wanted to kind of like buck some stereotypes that people might have. So I made, I mean, I didn't think about it at the time. And then afterwards I was like, yeah, I guess I kind of really did that. He's
You
black and he's a millionaire.
Yes, yes. I was like, ooh,
And he's like, he's like the best dad. Like, and that's part of what the character falls for, is like, you know, watching him with his daughter and seeing how he takes care of her and all of that is hot, right?
it is.
So yeah, I don't know. I've been having fun. And then my third book, which is not out yet, but that's the one I'm working on right now, is an older couple, which is something that you don't see a ton of in romance either. So like both men are over 40. And it's also an age gap. So one of them is actually in his 50s and is a grandfather.
Hold on, you know what? Yeah, because I was like, okay, I don't know what Matt is doing, but we're gonna talk about that. Let's go to your first book, okay? Well, hold on, because honey, you've got some awesome reviews. From the Kirkus review said it's a winning love story with just the right amount of thoughtfulness and playful energy. So that is the first book in the Teachers in Love Teacher of the Year.
Yes.
Tell us, yeah, this book cover, because I saw another book cover though.
So yeah, okay. So this is the
Original.
This is the original book cover, but then there is a company called Steamy Lit, which maybe you've heard of. They do like they try to do like diverse authors and diverse books.
Yeah.
And they have like a what is it called? A box, like a subscription box.
Yeah.
They bought actually my whole series after she read the first book, and they did a special edition. So there is also a special edition. It's over on my shelf. You can see it right there, but I could go get it if you want. Okay, hold on, because I think I'm wearing like sweatpants.
You know we nosy over here, honey. We want to see it.
Okay, so this is the special edition.
Yes, Matt. Yes.
I mean, look at them, right? And then wait, look at the back.
I seen it. I was like, this is perfect.
And so it's like, I wanted to write books that are very sweet, and like people think that they're sweet, but then the spice is like very, very spicy. So it's kind of like you get both in one package. You get the heart, like someone was like, oh my gosh, it's like Heartstopper, you know, it's like all the feels, except then they're really, 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 really dirty too.
Yeah.
Yes. See, your people, all the people here who are saying all these things, they get it. It's like, it doesn't have to just be like abs. And then the second book, wait, I'll show you this. Oh, wait, do you want to keep talking about the first one? Sorry.
Well, yeah, the first one. So give us like the premises and tell us, you know, a little bit about it. I know about the little girl and the daddy, and but just about the names of the characters and all the good stuff, because once they finish talking to you tonight, everyone is going to go to your website and get all your books anyway. So yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. Okay, so Teacher of the Year, that's this one. This is the original cover. The special edition, you can only buy that from Steamy Lit. Like I don't sell it. You can't get it online on Amazon or anything like that.
The special edition, because sometimes when people say special edition, I'd be like, okay, is it just because it's a different book cover? Or is something else added into the book? Or
so it's the cover, right? Which is like amazing. And then also I wrote a bonus like a bonus chapter at the end as well. So it does have like an extra chapter. So that book is about, the main character's name is Marvin. He's a kindergarten teacher, and he is, he's kind of like he has a lot of anxiety, which, most of us do, but like it's pretty severe, his anxiety. And he comes back to school after the holidays, like after Christmas vacation, and he finds out that he's getting a new student. And then that's the beginning of the book. He meets the parent of the new student, and that's Olin. That's him. Everything's backwards. The one that he's like, about to make out with here. And he's like, oh my gosh, this man is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life, but he's the parent of this little girl that's now in my class. And just through a little bit of conversation, he assumes that Olin is straight. So that's it. And they've moved. Like, that's why she's a new student in his class. They've relocated from another part of the country. So Olin doesn't really know anyone because they've just moved here. And Olin has some things going on in his life that you don't know about and you won't find out about until like the third act of the book. That's intentional. And because he's new and he doesn't really have any friends or know anyone in this new place, when Marvin gives him his cell phone number, which he does to all the families in his classroom, because some teachers do that, Olin overuses the number a little bit. And they end up becoming friends. Like, they become friends. And so Marvin kind of struggles with this, like, oh my gosh, I'm so attracted to this man because he's so beautiful. Like, so he is a hunk. Like, even though I'm like, I don't write hunks, Olin's a hunk, but he's not a white hunk. So that's where I was like, I'm going to make it a little different, and at least he won't be white. And so, like, I don't know who could play him in the movie. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking I have a model that I use that I based him on, but he's not a famous person. He's just like a model that I saw on a website. So yeah, they become friends, and like, you know, it's very cute. They go on a there's a field trip, and Olin comes in, he's a chaperone, and they get stuck like sitting together on the bus to the field trip where they're like smushed up against each other. So it's like a little forced proximity. And then Olin has a nanny too, by the way, like a live-in nanny, because he's rich.
Yes.
And Marvin is convinced that Olin and the nanny are like getting it on because she's beautiful. She's like this beautiful Latina woman who's like just gorgeous. And he's like, of course he's like with the nanny.
Right.
And so then Olin asked Marvin if he would do him a favor and would he babysit? Because that happens sometimes. So, okay, full tea. I was a teacher for many years. Like, that's why I'm writing about teachers. I was a classroom
and
teacher.
you was out here babysitting your so hold one moment, hold on, man. This is not a true story, is it?
No, it's so not true. It's all made up. But I know things about, like, I know how things go, right? Like, I know how, and parents would ask me or other teachers, especially if you're like a person who teaches preschool, kindergarten, like little kids, they might ask you to babysit. So Marvin's like, okay, well, yeah, but why do you need me to babysit? You have a nanny. And he's like, well, actually, what he finds out is that he's going out with the nanny. And so that's why, but it's a total misunderstanding. I'm totally telling you the whole book.
It's a lot of twists and turns in this book.
And so then he finds out that, you know, he was going out with the nanny. He did take the nanny out somewhere, but it wasn't a date. There was a reason.
Yes.
And he basically finds out that Olin actually has been kind of like falling for him as well, but he had no idea because he's like that kind of guy. And then they you know, things happen. I don't know. How much can I say? I don't.
Yeah. No, don't say no more. Yes, the mix don't shoot sounds juicy. I know that's right, honey. It is juicy.
Okay. Let's just say this. One of my things when I marketed it was, I think the tagline was, "You'll never look at parent-teacher conferences the same."
Never. I start signing up for them. I'm just gonna go to some. Is your child in here? No. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's definitely like. It's definitely after hours, you know, there's no children around. But yeah, and so then they end up kind of getting together eventually.
Yeah, getting together.
Yeah.
Mama Tony says sexy isn't a chest size nor muscles. You're absolutely right. They're going back to Mr. Shamar Moore. The book cover, that book, yes. The back cover, yeah, the back cover is everything. Representation, everyday people, exactly midnight. Renata says, I understand because not every woman has a perfect figure and we need love too. Okay, girl.
Well, and I will say, so to speak to what Renata just said, what I have noticed is that there is a trend in like straight romance, like MF romance, where there is this whole, it's like almost trendy now to have a, like, not necessarily plus size, but could be plus size curvy women. And those books are very popular, but the men are always traditional, shamar hunks. Like they're always like that. And so I'm just kind of like, well, why do they have to always be like that? Like, not all men look like that. Okay. And you don't have to look like that to be worthy of like someone wanting to be with you. True. So the second book that I wrote, I don't know if you're going to ask me about that, but here I am.
No, I'm going to listen, Matt. I'm running this interview. Get your life together. Shit. So let's go to the second book.
So the second book is a holiday book, which I know is
it's I was like, where he come up with this this title from? And then I read the book. I was like, oh.
It's a holiday book, and don't apologize for using smart. Mitzi is making me laugh. I love holiday, I love holiday romances, like the Hallmark Christmas movies. I love all those. So I was like, I kind of wanted to do a spin on that, but obviously my way. So this book, Mistletoe and Migas, is about a first grade teacher who gets transferred to a new school right after Thanksgiving, which is like really hard because it's like, oh my gosh, it's like almost Christmas now, only a few weeks away. And he is setting up his new classroom and he's like totally overwhelmed. And the principal's like, listen, if you need help, ask the custodian. He's like a little grumpy, but just ask him. And so he ends up finding this custodian who is a plus size man.
He was lazy in the beginning. I'm like, he don't want to work.
No, he didn't want to do anything. He didn't even want to talk. He doesn't even want to talk.
Right. I'm like, you gotta help move his furniture, honey. What's wrong with you?
So that's the cover. And so you got a plus size man on the cover.
Right.
And so, and I also wanted to do like, even because like the holiday movies are always like Christmas. So I wanted to do a book that was like Christmas and Hanukkah, like both. So the custodian is Jewish and the teacher is not Jewish. Right. And so they it's like Christmas and Hanukkah. It's both. And that, wait, I'll show you the special edition of that because it's really, really beautiful.
I didn't see the special edition of that.
So that's the cover. Look at them.
Now that is cute.
Wait, and then look at the back.
You gotta show me how that works, honey. It's so special edition stuff. Like, so they just said, listen, give me your books and we're gonna redo the covers and you're gonna add another chapter and we're just gonna sell it and re-release it or whatever.
And they sell it for a lot. They're expensive too. They sell them for a lot of money and people buy them.
I got a couple of guinea pigs I'm gonna do that with.
It's, you know what it is? It's a big investment. So like the woman who does these covers is not cheap. She's like a famous artist kind of. So they're not cheap. So like that's why the company pays all the money for her to do it. So then they sell the book for a lot of money to try to, make the money back.
Right. But the good thing about it though, the story is excellent. So you're going to win there. And then with the additional chapter, you're going to win there. And then the cover is beautiful. So it's a win-win. So
people love it. So this book is like very trope heavy. So it's Grumpy Sunshine. It's also, it's Grumpy Sunshine. It's fake dating because I love fake dating. Although they don't
get into your favorite tropes in a little bit.
They don't fake date for very long. Like it very quickly becomes not fake, but initially it is fake dating. And it's also forced proximity because it's almost Christmas time and there's a snowstorm and, they get stuck in the snowstorm. And this book, so when I wrote the first book, I was like, this book is so spicy and people thought it was spicy. And then I was like, I'm going to make the second one more spicy.
Yeah, I said Matt over here writing porn and I love it.
So the second one is I think it has like one more scene, but wait a minute. The third book, which isn't out yet, is going to blow. I don't even I'm a little nervous. It might be too much, but so far the people who have read it have liked it. But
that's the napkins and other distractions. And that's coming out June 4th.
Correct. And so that is, a side character from the first book and a side character from the second book together.
How many books is going to be in this series?
4.
Okay. Okay.
And so the last book comes out in February, like a year from February. So it's still like a year away.
Yeah.
And that book is called Husband of the Year. And it's Marvin and Olin. I wanted to write their wedding.
Oh, that is so sweet. Big ups to all my Instagram followers are checking in. Hey, LaShawn. Hey, Ashley, honey. My lawyer said she had to check in to see what's going on over here. So LaShawn says, "Isn't that a conflict to ask a teacher to babysit?"
I mean, not really. People do it. I mean, I will say I have never done it, but I know many people who have
Yeah,
done it.
my teacher has babysat for me before.
Yeah, it's not a conflict. I mean, it's like kindergarten, first grade. Like, it's not like what are you gonna do? Like, give their kid like more glitter or glue or something?
You can do
Like,
a lot to a kid. You can mess with their booty and everything.
but I mean, like, it's not like you're like winning. It's not like you're gonna like, if it was like older children, you could be like, oh, well, she paid me to babysit, so I'm gonna give her a better grade or something like that. But they're so little, it doesn't really matter.
That's true. That is true. We cannot wait for napkins and other distractions because I was like, where did he come up with this title from?
Okay, so in the first book, I'll tell you where I came up with it. In the first book, Teacher of the Year, towards the beginning of the book, Marvin goes on a date with a character named Vincent, and Vincent, you never really figure out he never says why, but Vincent has this thing where he keeps wanting more napkins. Like, he keeps asking the waitress for more napkins. Like, can I have another napkin? He's nervous, but what you don't really know is that he also has OCD.
Yeah, I first I thought he was nervous. Then I was like, okay, he has that. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cute.
And so this new book, Napkins and Other Distractions, is his book. So there's a lot of napkins in the book because he's a main character now. And this book has when I was finished, I was like, I should really count because I feel like I've gone overboard. It has 9 spicy scenes.
Can you send me that book like tonight?
It's not finished. I mean, it's finished, but I'm still revising it.
I just need the sex scenes. You can keep this.
But I've learned some tricks from some of my author friends. So there's little ways you can get more, you can like put more sex into the book. One way which is a really good way, and I did it in Napkins is the first book that I've done this in, is you put in like a masturbation scene where it's just one character masturbating, but like thinking about the other character. So like that counts, right? Yeah. Then the other thing I did, which I've never done this before, is it's dual POV. So I wrote a sex scene that spans 2 chapters and both points of view. So it's a long, yeah.
I absolutely can't wait. Hold on. Mama Tony Vanita says, she's answering the question from LaShawn. It depends on the relationship between the parent and the teacher. I was asked all the time. That's right, Mama Tony was. Missy says, the parents are likely thinking they trust you with their children most of the day. Why not ask them to babysit? That's true.
And teachers make no money and are poor, so like they could use the money. So they usually say yes. I mean, like I said, I never did it, but I have had many teachers that I work with that do it.
My teacher babysat me, but I think she was trying to get up on my daddy. And she did.
That's the book, right?
That's right. My daddy and my older brothers. I think that, everybody wanted to babysit me. We're going to come to your house and do it. Yeah, okay. I'm like, well, I'm over here. Just give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Put me in front of the TV. Like, what the hell? That's not babysitting. The struggles of it all. Struggles of it all. Okay, so we got to make sure we up on Audiobook. So everybody right now, go to his website. That's MAWardell.com. Go to his website. Join his newsletter. His newsletter is lit. And inside the newsletter, you're going to find information about the Queer Indie Awards that Matt was nominated for. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know it was very, it's like I didn't expect that. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe when you write, your books, you just, you hope someone will read it, and like maybe someone will like it. And when you have such a nice reaction and people like really like your book,
Yeah.
like even before, like last month in December, people were doing, a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram were doing like their best books of the year, and my book was, or actually both books, or in some cases, some people had both books on the one list. I was like, oh my gosh, people really like my books. And then they nominated them for these awards. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I can't wait
And
to
it's been nominated. They've been nominated for a few, like some other awards too. So it's very, it's humbling, right? Like I still get, it still amazes me that people want to read something that I wrote.
I love it. I love it. So this whole writing thing, well, you was a school teacher. So even when you
Yes.
were a school teacher, did you think that you was going to become an author? Was this something that you always had in mind? Like what prompted you to say, you know what? I'm going to become an author and I'm just going to put my books out there and you're going to love it.
No, I am not one of those people. I know a lot of authors will, when I hear other interviews with authors, they will say things like, I wrote my first book in 3rd grade, like, right? That is not me. So I am not well, I am an author now, but like I was not an author. I was not someone who was writing all the time. I really felt, I don't know, like I had this itch when I read there are some queer rom-coms that are very popular, like Red, White, and Royal Blue. That's like the one everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
And I remember reading that book and I was like, I like this book. It's really cute, but it's not very spicy. It's like, it's like, I don't know, PG-13, maybe R, like a rated R movie. And then I would read.
It was real hallmarkish. It was real cute.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute.
I want some HBO, honey, some Cinemax After Dark.
I don't want HBO. I want like full on porn.
Listen, you want some? I love it. That's what I want too.
So then I was also reading like M.A romance that's not rom-coms, right? But they're like super angsty, like somebody dies, or like they're like it's all like everyone's like sad and depressed, but they were very spicy. And I was like, where's the intersection of this? So I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write a rom-com like Red, White, and Royal Blue, but I'm gonna make it the spice is gonna be like very, very, very spicy. And so I was like, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to write a book. Like, I don't know. But here's the thing. And I don't know you that well, but I'm guessing you're kind of like this too.
Yeah.
I'm a storyteller. Like I can tell a story, right? Like I could sit down and tell you stories. So I knew that I could do that. Oh my gosh, Mitzi is killing me with her.
What is it, honey? Focus, Matt. Mitzi ass up here talking. She said he's like, he wants.
Okay, Mitzi, is there a prize for the best comment? Because if there is, you just won. I don't think there is, but I'm giving it to Mitzi.
Listen, you got what? Her and Renata, they're like trouble 1, trouble 2.
No, that's the best comment. That wins right there. He wants HB ho. Okay, so then I was like, I don't know how to do this. So I just started. I started reading a lot of books, right? Like I read every queer rom-com I could. I read a lot of M.A romance that's not rom-com, and then I started taking classes. This was like it was right before the pandemic, like before lockdown. I started taking some classes, and then silver lining, like not to say the pandemic was a good thing, because obviously it was not, but one of the silver linings from the pandemic was everything went online, right? And so all these courses that I probably wouldn't have been able to take otherwise were online. So suddenly I could take them. So I took, oh gosh, I don't even know how many writing classes I took. And through these classes, I learned how to write fiction. I had teachers, and a lot of them do like a workshop where you do a little writing and then people look at it and give you feedback. And so I just was like, I did that for a few years, and then I thought, yeah, I could write a book. Well, like, let me try. What do I have? I have nothing to lose. And that's when I wrote this book. And the other thing I did do, which I will say, because I feel like people either don't do this or they do it and they don't talk about it. And I feel it's like it's like when you go out and you look amazing and you just pretend like you just like woke up like that and someone actually did your hair and makeup.
Right, exactly.
I want to talk about that. So I have a developmental editor. So this is a person who reads my draft and tells me like how it could be better. And that was actually that helps you learn like how to be a better writer. So then I finally was like, okay, I wrote this thing. Let's do something with it. And maybe someone wants to read it. And lo and behold, a lot of people wanted to read it.
So, but you're indie published. Did you ever want to just like shop it around, try to get like, traditionally published, or were you like, nah, I'm just gonna
So when I finished it and I had a couple people read it, what people told me was if sorry, I'm laughing.
We're not.
Oh gosh, they're funny. They should have their own show.
They do. This is it. This is it. Hey, JB checking in over in our Instagram family. What's up, boo? Yeah.
So what people told me was, people told me that my book, if I wanted to go the traditional publishing route, I would have to make some changes to it because it was too spicy for traditional publishing. As a man, people would not be open to having this kind of a book written by a man. And so I don't know. I mean, I all I could do is listen to people, right? Like, because I don't know what I'm doing. So when I heard that, I was like, you know what? So what they said to me was like, this is a great book, but you have to like tone it down a little bit. It's too graphic. There's too much sex in it and it's very explicit. And so I decided that I didn't want to do that because I like the spice. I think it's
like the spice too.
And I think there's a reason for it, like it's meaningful. It's not gratuitous. It has to do with the characters learning about themselves and learning about each other and learning about them together and all of that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just see about indie publish. Like, let me just try to publish it and see what happens. And I did indie. These books are indie published, but after Teacher of the Year came out, it did so well that then I was able to get an agent. So I have an agent, but I only use my agent for what is it called? Sub rights, I think it's called. So like she has sold my books to publishers in non-English speaking countries. So like it's going to be in Italian and Spanish and Portuguese. So that's where I do have like some traditional publishing deals, but they're not for English.
The foreign right, what they call it. I love, Mama Tony, she said, glad you didn't listen to those naysayers. That's what Rom-Com Diva in the house. Hey, Connie girl, what's going on, y'all? What's going on?
And that's, what these people are saying. This is like when people say, what advice do you have for authors? My advice for people is exactly what they're all saying is if you have a story or a way you want to tell a story and people are telling you not to do that or tone it down, don't listen. Because the reality is what people told me was that I needed to change my book because there was nothing like it and people wouldn't. And because there was nothing like it, the assumption was there wasn't a market for it. But it's the exact opposite. Because there's nothing like it, people are craving it.
I'm glad you didn't listen to them. Brenda Jackson says, write the book the way you want it. It is your voice. Yes. So don't ever change your voice. This is so cool. I'm glad you didn't, because honey, we're gonna get us a porn special or something. We got to figure it out. We talking about books to movies. We need to do books.
Okay, let me tell you something. The audiobooks are, well, you know how spicy audiobooks are. They are
it depends on who's reading. I mean, who's narrating.
So my narrators are pretty good. Like so when I got the first book and I had to, they send it to you and you have to proof it. You have to listen to the entire thing. And so I was in my bedroom listening to it because I didn't want to bother my husband. He was working because he works from home like a couple days a week, and
Okay.
it was like a work from home day. And then he walked into the room
They
during
working.
what?
Ain't bother the husbands when they working, honey.
No. So I was like, I'm gonna go into the bedroom. And so he walked in and he was like, and it was during a spicy scene that I was listening to, and he's like, is he like getting off? And I was like, well, I think he's just acting, but it sounds like it.
Okay, well, look now, hold on now, because when I start out with just reading or whatever. I had to go back and let me hurry up and finish this interview so I can go get this old audio real quick.
He's really good. Kurt Graves is the guy that I use he's the narrator for Teacher of the Year, and then for the second book, Mistletoe, it's dual narration because it's two different characters. So he's one of them, and then there's another man that does the other one, who's also very, very good. And yeah, I love writing these books. I just think that they're it's like I want to put this kind of energy out into the world, like that like, because again, I don't want to like I'm not here to badmouth other people.
Oh, no.
But I could, but I won't.
We'll do that later on in the Patreon. Then go to the Peach Pit, honey, and do all that.
but like I want to put representation of queer people that's positive, like, queer people who are loving and consensual and like, communicating and not, I don't know, related to each other, because that's like really popular right now. Don't get me started.
Alabama and Mississippi.
Those books are hot on Amazon, and it troubles me, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what I want to write or put out, because
or read. I don't even when it comes to like porn, right? Because everybody know I love porn. I don't even like when the title be like mom and stepson and all that, or brother and sister, or dad and daughter. I'm like, that's his real. I don't like that. I just bypass it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my cup of tea at all. I want to, like, my books are like, they're like kind of, I don't want to say they're like a Hallmark movie, because you would never ever see what's in my books in a Hallmark movie, but there is like that sweetness to it. It's just then they also like say things like, I don't know, I don't want to say anything dirty, but like really dirty things.
We'll say it later on. You can talk dirty over here. Midnight says, I'm loving she's loving the condo. She's driving, so audio correct is not her friend right now. We get you, girl. We know. We know. We love what you're saying, honey. Both hands on the wheel. Both hands on the wheel. But we got you. Missy says the narrator makes or breaks an audiobook, period. Yes, that is true. So you guys make sure you go and pick up that audio. You gotta go pick up the audio. Oh my God, time is getting away from us. Okay, so the Peach Pit. Tell us a little bit about, hold on, before we get to the Peach Pit, everybody, it's strolling at the bottom, the Queer Indie Awards. Make sure you go vote now. Go to Matt's website, MAWardell.com, and go in there, find it. It's like a Google Doc or whatever. Go find it, vote for Matt. Just keep voting, keep voting. Keep voting.
I don't win anything, but it's nice to win.
You win the award. What are you talking about? Shit. You keep voting and you send it to your friends and send it to everyone. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep voting until they make us stop. Okay? Because he's going to win this award. I don't even care. Now, the Peach Pit. Tell us a little bit about the Peach Pit. Now, how they can sign up and all that good stuff. And what goes on.
I never wanted to do a Patreon. I just felt like, I was like, oh, that's so much work. And also like I feel like, well, people are buying my books. So like, you spend money when you buy a book. So I'm like, I don't want to ask people for more money. I don't know. Some of it I think is coming from being an educator. You just don't feel like you're worth very much, like monetarily, like you don't feel like you should be paid. Which I know, like, but that is a thing when you've been a teacher for a long time. And so I was like, no Patreon for me. And then some other author friends who have them really talked me into it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I don't know. I'll just see. Probably nobody wants to do it. Well, a lot of people have done it. And I will say, as much as I was hesitant about doing it, I really enjoy it and I'm having so much fun because it's like a community, right? And those people are there. The people who are there are like your super fans, right? Like they've read all your books, they love you and they want to support you. And so you're able to give them a little more, right? Like more access to you.
It's like your private app almost.
It's like a clubhouse, right?
And it's like with your personal ones. And I'm like, if you can go live in there.
I do. Well, so what I do in my Patreon, I have once a month, I do a Zoom, like I do it on Zoom, because it's like you have to be in to get access, right? So, and then people can ask me questions about my books, about my process, or just anything. Like we just have a chat for like an hour and a half once a month. But the big thing that people really, I think, based on the numbers, what I think people really love there is it gives me a chance to write bonus content. So like if you read my book and you love these characters, there's extra chapters and like every month I add a new one. So I think, and I started with a bunch. So I think there's like 5 or 6, I can't remember. And every month there's another one. And when I say a bonus chapter, it's smut.
Listen, that's what I said. Because them author friends, they get you in trouble. I know they always get me in trouble. And we was talking about the Patreon too at one time. I was like, if I do one, baby, they gonna shut it down because I'm having all my smutty author friends come through.
That's what people want. And so when I write a bonus chapter, it's like, it's like a little something happens and then they have sex. It's like it's mostly smut. So there's that. But
you're a great storyteller though as well. It ain't just smut. Your storyline is wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, when I say it's not just smut, like hopefully it's good smut. But then the other thing that I'm doing is I have artists. I have like 2 artists that I mainly work with that I have commissioned them to illustrate some of those spicy scenes. And so those are on the Patreon. And let me tell you, those are the most popular. And so there's, I think there's again, like maybe 5 or 6, I can't remember. And then every month I have a new one that'll be added. So it's like, and then the other thing that I use Patreon for is, it's like early access too. So anything that I'm going to put on social media, like new graphics, my covers, things like that, they get to see it first. So they feel, it's like I want them to feel special because guess what? They are special because they're paying.
Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, please go to his website and join the Peach Pit. I'm joining. I'm gonna be up in there, honey. And when I get my and when I get my Patreon, he could be up in mine with all the smart stuff, honey. I'm gonna be we're gonna have people in there acting it out, honey. I'm like, Matt, how I go? I just
I've heard that idea floated around a little bit, like having like adult entertainers.
Right. Like it's like your private channel, your private everything. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna do it. So if I get in trouble first, if we go get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? So
what are you gonna get? Here's the thing. I am writing about consenting adults.
Right.
Nobody there's nothing to get in trouble about.
Exactly. And then, and shoot, just because never mind. We'll talk about that later. Matt, dead or alive, if you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era, who would it be? Dead or
my gosh.
I know I didn't ask you none of the real damn questions I supposed to have asked. Next time, Matt's coming back, y'all. He's gonna come back.
I'll come back. Oh my gosh, 5. Anyone. Okay. I would want to have, there's some I have very eclectic music taste, and there are some musicians that I would love to talk to, and most of them are dead. So probably my number 1 person, which might sound like a strange choice, is Marvin Gaye. I love Marvin Gaye so much.
Never a strange choice. Marvin Gaye is oh my God.
That's where do you think I got the name for my character? Okay. Marvin. So, and I actually have a picture of Marvin Gaye in my house. Like people always think like, what the hell? I just love Marvin Gaye's music so much. And he was like, he died or he was killed, like too
Way
young,
too young. Exactly. Way too
So
young.
I would like to have him for dinner. Okay, but I feel like I'm supposed to pick like important
No,
people.
no, it's your dinner party. It's whoever
Okay,
you
so
talk
I would want Marvin Gaye. I
to.
also would love to have probably, oh gosh, I don't know. This is hard. Okay, well, I might want to have like my grandmother who passed away. Like I miss her, so like that would be sweet to have her there. Like she's been dead for over 10 years. So like she's
Still
missed a
miss,
lot of
yeah, you still miss.
things. So like, tell her. I don't know how her and Marvin would get along, but they'd
You'll
probably
sing,
get along.
you'll sing to her, honey. She'll love him.
I'll just pour the wine. Everyone will be fine.
Everyone.
I would love, they have to be real people, right? Like, it can't
Yes,
be,
real people. Yes.
okay. Because otherwise, I would be inviting some of my characters because I would like to meet them in real life too. But they're not real people. I've made them up. Let's see. So I've got Marvin Gaye and I've got my grandmother. I would also like to have, I've got that double entendre. Sorry. I also, another person who I love, I know it's kind of cliche, but I do love her, is Whitney Houston. And she's,
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see, because I feel like I don't know, like I'd like to know more about like what happened, like where did it go wrong? She had it all and then lost it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I want some happy people there too. I would like to have maybe a comedian, someone funny that could like make everyone laugh. I'm trying to think who, because I'm not like a big comedy person. I don't know. I'm trying to think like someone maybe who's dead. Like maybe like Richard
I
Pryor.
was
He's
about
funny.
to say, yeah, Richard Pryor.
I love
Yeah,
him.
really, you could have a table full of crackheads. Grandmama ain't gonna want to have that shit. She gonna be like, "What the?"
You're right. You're right. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about it. You're right. They're all crackheads.
Yo,
Although
I don't think that party. That's my type of party, right?
I don't think, was Marvin Gaye a crackhead?
He was
Probably.
rich. That's why his
Oh,
daddy
yeah.
shot him because he was trying to. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
Then someone. Okay.
I should say crackheads. So I won't say crackheads. I'll say drug hits. I don't know.
Drug people. Yeah. Drug ease.
Yeah.
And then my last person I would pick might be, I don't know. That's a hard question. Maybe like a famous author. I don't know. Not crack. I didn't say it. She did. I didn't say it.
Tried to get it up.
Probably like an author. But like who? I've met some authors. Like I've actually been very lucky and got to meet some authors that I really respect because I've just been at conventions with them or some, things like that. I'm trying to think of somebody that is like really famous that I might like to meet. I don't know, because I don't read those kinds of books so much. Maybe let me think. Someone who's dead that's like a famous author. Maybe like Jane Austen or someone like
You
that.
don't say that.
Because could you imagine her and Whitney?
She's probably was a drug head too.
I mean, you're probably right. It will be an interesting dinner. That's a hard question, but I like it.
I know. You know what? When you have to come back, because we didn't ask none of the regular interview questions, because that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes when I get on, honey, with good friends or whatever, I'll be like, listen, we just be talking. And this interview has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so I know what you're saying. Some authors are very quiet, introverted people, and so it's like you're pulling teeth, but that's not me.
Exactly, and you're you're our kind of guy. We love that. But so it's bringing us to the end of our interview. But before we go, I'm gonna ask one last question, and then after that, you're gonna give us all things M.A Wardell. Where can we pick up your new books? Or where we can pick up your books? Where to sign up for the newsletter. You're gonna pump again the Queer Indie Awards and give us all your social media handles. Okay. Last question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Hold on, I'm going to give you the solo layout.
Oh my.
Yeah, you're so cute. Hey. All right. If you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
That's a hard question. If I was writing a book about my life, I think the title might be something like Patience is a Virtue, or Good Things Come to Those Who Wait, or like something like that, because I'm feeling I feel like I'm just coming into my own at this point in my life, and it's like, I'm not that young, so it's, it's not like I'm so I feel like things have come to me when the time was right. And so yeah, something like that. Oh my gosh, I love Mitzi. I gotta find her online or something. Follow me, Mitzi. So on Instagram, my handle is M.A Wardell author, because for some reason I couldn't just use M.A Wardell. I can't even remember. It's M.A Wardell author. Actually, the best way is just go to my website, which is mawardell.com. And on there, you can get my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I have a Facebook account, and I also have a Facebook group that's like free. You can join it. And we have like fun in that group sometimes too. If you are interested in my books, I mean, you can always buy them on Amazon. Like that's the easiest way, right? And like they'll get it to you super quick. On my website, I sell my books and they're signed. So like you get a signed book. I can make it out to, like, I can write you a note. You just tell me how you want me to sign it. And I also include little things, like you get like a bookmark and a little art print and a sticker or something like that. Like I put some little cute things in there. Because it costs a little bit more when I sell it from my website. So I want to like give you a little bit more too.
Right.
And then, yeah. What else did you ask me?
That's it. Well, we can find you. But if you guys go to his website and after you join the newsletter, it has everything on there, all his social media. Where you can pick up his book. Go over there because I'm gonna go right now and get this audio. And then I'm call Matt later on and tell him what I think about it. So
oh, you'll trust me, it's good. I mean, I think it's amazing.
It is amazing. So thank everybody for joining us tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thanks again to M.A Wardell for coming in and hanging out with us. It was awesome tonight. Tonight was wonderful. So listen, the tickets for Raw. If you have not purchased your tickets for Raw, please, please, please go do so. Oh my God, they're about to release the hotel link. I held it to the end because you know how experiences are. Ours is not a conference, it's an experience. For the ones who were there in the beginning, you guys know Regina Bell blessed us, so you guys are gonna gag. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm interrupting you, but I do love Regina Bell, and I'm going to tell you a funny, quick story. It's like 1 minute, I promise. When I was in college, I had to take like an art class because it was like, required that you had to take some like elective or something. And I took this art class, and we had to do this project where we had to design something for like a fake music video. And this is how gay I am. I picked Regina Bell, Dream in Color. Do you know that song?
That's my favorite. No shit, no shade. That's my favorite song. When I dream in color, not black and white. Oh my God.
Lord, so I did. I mean, it was
just right for me. I love that. That's my favorite song.
It wasn't cute because I'm not an artistic person like that. Like I can't make art, but I had like this background, and I remember I had to get I went and I found like a picture of her and I cut it out. So it was like she was in the video, and then I had to like play the song and everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? But I love that song so much.
Oh, me too. I'm telling you, listen, it's crazy. So the ones who was there in the beginning, in 2022, we had the Legends Ball, and Regina Bell was our entertainer. She's awesome. Like, she sung them down, honey. The children was gagging. She sung them down. She even got a very special performance to Brenda Jackson, acapella. Like, it was absolutely awesome. So if you haven't, that's your church member, girl. Yeah. So if you haven't got your tickets for Raw, please go and pick them up. Raw is going to be awesome. It's going down October the 11th and 12th. We're going to have everything is on the website, brownbookseries.com. We're going to talk to Matt, see if he come and bless us in October, honey, because, you know, he's busy. So we're going to see if he come and play around with us. It's going to be awesome. For the ones who was there, you guys can tell them it was an awesome experience. So make sure you go to RowExperience.com or brownbookseries.com to get your tickets. Also coming up, we got a lot of stuff coming up. You know, we usually have Valentine's night with the BJs with Brenda Jackson and Beverly Jenkins. But this year, because of a scheduling conflict, we're going to just do Brown Book Series and Friends. So I'm going to have a lot of friends come through on Valentine's night. Make sure you check that out. Go to the website, see what other fabulous authors like Nat that we're going to be coming through. So that's going to be hot. Vivian Stevens, you know, the founder of RWA, the founder that did all this, who started this ethnic romance, she's going to be having a workshop on February the 17th. It's going to be awesome. Like, listen, if you getting it from the person who started this, like, come on. So she's going to have a workshop. Go to her website. It'll be up this weekend. You're going to find out all things, you know, it's going to be cute. So just, in other words, follow the Brown Book Series and just keep up with us and our shenanigans. All right. Again, thank you, Matt, for coming through. You're absolutely
Thank you for
awesome.
having me.
I appreciate you so much. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you guys on next week. Matt, hold on for me for a moment. Okay. All right, y'all good? Indy, Mitzi, go to bed, okay? Just go to bed, Missy. I don't know. See you guys. See y'all on next week.
Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. The fantasies, no one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book,